Wands Tarot. My name is Carmen, and today we've got a reading for you about somebody who is refusing to change their decision. We have the Hanged Man in the reverse and the Seven of Wands, which tells me there's someone who's saying, this is mine, or this is what I want to do, this is the decision that I've made, and I don't care what you think about it, even though there's someone here who's throwing money at the situation. The King of Pentacles kind of reminds me of, there's several like rom-com movies out there where the overly protective parent slips over a check and says, how about you just like disappear out of my child's life and we'll just like, pretend you all were never, thinking about getting married or whatever. This is like someone who feels like they can get their way because they're quite used to getting their way, but they've run up against this Seven of Wands individual who's like, no, I don't care what you have to offer. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. And I hope you're having a good day so far. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. You can find that in the description box along with more information on how to become a member. Thank you to the current members. Let's start off with the noisy tarot. Let's see what else we've got. Hey John, how are you doing? I hope you're having a good day. Hello Laura, what's up? I think I'm gonna record outside today, you guys. As long as it doesn't get too ridiculously hot. We have the Nine of Swords in the reverse, the Seven of Cups, and the Six of Wands. So this could be a frustrating financial situation. This could be, everyone else sold their land except for you, like in the movie Up. But this individual is saying, no, I have everything just the way that I want it. Why would I give that up just so that, you can do what you want or just for some money? So this is someone who is a little bit different in terms of what they prioritize. I think there are plenty of people out there who would be like, oh, you're gonna pay me big bucks? Cool, what do you want? This is someone who may be defending like land or a business, because it does kind of feel to me like this is like I worked for this. It wasn't easy to get this achievement or to get the property that I own to the place that it is. It's required that I be focused and like actually care about it, right? Hello, Sir Drums. Hello, Will. How are you doing? So that could be underestimated by this King of Pentacles who's trying to get their way. We have the Tower in the reverse and the Two of Wands. Yeah, this King of Pentacles has a plan. There's something here that they want to do. Maybe they want to buy the land to build a whole bunch of houses. Maybe they want to buy the company and, I can't say that. Okay, so there's a company out there that's known for buying a bunch of companies up, and every time what they do is they basically chop it up and sell it for parts. Depending on what an industry you work in, you probably already can think of one, but there's one in particular that I'm thinking of. This is somebody who is interested in the financial elements or attributes of whatever is being defended by the Seven of Wands, probably land, possibly business, right? But the purpose or the mission behind whatever this is would be basically destroyed by this King of Pentacles, which is why we have somebody who's so defensive of it. The King of Pentacles is growing in frustration because they can't figure out how to get through to this person and get their way, because unlike most of the people they encounter, money is not the most important thing to this opponent of theirs. So with the Six of Pentacles in the reverse, it's like, well, yeah, you can like add more zeros to the check, but it doesn't change the fact that this is like where I want to be, or, this is the company that I started and I feel like you're not going to do justice to it, or this is the land that my grandparents bought, whatever it is, right? I don't think I have seen that one. And I do have plans to go to a shop to check out some tarot decks probably next week. So I'll look for that. Hello, Dashmir. I don't know what you're saying, so I'm going to remove that. If you're able to put it in English, I would appreciate that. Hello, is it Elif? How are you doing? Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. Four of Cups in the reverse, and the Emperor in the reverse. Who are you to say no to me? Who are you to reject my offer? Who are you to think that you know better than me or get in my way? Well. We got a very important person here. Emperor in the reverse. If I want it, then it should be mine. Okay, Virgo Salt. I don't know, man. This is definitely a bit of a challenge for this King of Pentacles, Emperor in the reverse, because they're used to getting everything they want. So who are you? Why do you think you can reject me? Why do you think you can hold on to whatever it is that you have that I'm trying to buy from you? Eight of Swords in the reverse. There's got to be something that I can do to get you to do what I want. Ten of Swords. Seven of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Two of Cups in the reverse. This person is willing to cause chaos in the life of their opponent because the King of Pentacles is determined to get what they want. So it's like if there's some problem with you and your relationship, or falling out between you and your best friend, then maybe it's easier for me to convince you that you don't need to stick around, right? That you could leave and find something else. Hello, Erin. Hello, Rick. Thank you, Astro. Hey, Elif, I tend to take personal questions at the end of the general reading. This usually is about 30 minutes or so, but I do prioritize those who tipped, and I do like to do a couple of freebies as well. I think I know who that is. Hello, Danielle. How are you doing? All right, so we've got the Hanged Man in the reverse, Queen of Cups in the reverse, Moon in the reverse. Yeah, this is somebody who's looking at what they could do to cause chaos. They look at this person as the Queen of Cups in the reverse. Someone who is, the word I'm hearing is sap. I don't use that word, but my understanding of it is that it means you're like overly emotional. So maybe there's a sentimental tie to the land or the business, right? Maybe there's some like, you should have given that up a long time ago, or aren't you like old, you should just like retire. There's this condescending tone, like, why would you want to keep this when I clearly want it, you know? Hello, Dan. Hello, Mike. That's funny. Hello, Energy. Hello, Amita. Hello, Sarah. How you doing? Hey, Rayhan. You might think you're real cute, but I don't know what you said. And if you want your comments to stick up in the live chat, you're going to have to use English, please. I do speak some other, I don't know if I should say languages. I'm pretty comfortable in Spanish, obviously, but... Hello, Spartan. How are you doing? Hello, Akif. How are you? Hello, Amita. Oh, I just said hello to you. I'm sorry. You get two. What else do we have? Knight of Pentacles. Three of Cups. I don't like this. This looks like they're playing with your family or your like closest relationship. So let's say that this is someone who has started their own business. Let's pretend it's an auto repair shop, and people underestimated them, but they ended up doing quite well and making a name for themselves. Maybe it's been 5 years, maybe it's been 40 years, but this person has built something for themselves, or they own a nice property, piece of property that this King of Pentacles wants. Because they are standing in the way of the King of Pentacles, there's something here about the connections that I have and the connections that you have, and I'm going to create some problems for you. The thing is, it feels to me like they're going to fail. So if they're trying to make it a family problem, or if they're trying to ostracize this person from the community, it doesn't work because there's something infallibly like lovable about this person, and they can't like influence others as far as how they view the Seven of Pentacles, Queen of Cups in the reverse. So it's kind of weird to call them the Queen of Cups in the reverse because I feel like this person's actually quite endearing. But again, they're coming through as the King or Queen of Cups in the reverse because this is the King of Pentacles perspective. They're looking at this person as being overly sentimental, or how come you don't like money as much as I do, kind of thing. Bonjour. At least I know what that is. Hello, emotions. How are you doing? So we've got the Devil, the Ten of Swords, and the Two of Cups in the reverse. This is about ending a friendship or a relationship to make somebody feel like they have to sell. They have to sell the business, they have to sell the land, but it is all tied up in somebody's desire to have control over the situation. So I'm going to turn you two against each other so that you decide to sell this business or this property, and then I'll finally get what I want because you no longer have that like sentimental tie to it, or because you feel like you're so heartbroken you can't stick around here, right? Hey BMF, how are you doing? You know what? I'm gonna leave that because that's amusing to me. I will tell you this, sweetheart. Go ahead, be disrespectful. I will block you. But that actually makes me laugh, so I'm gonna leave it. Hello, one who possess. Yeah, there's a need for maturity, right? Okay, hon. Well, I hope you have a better day tomorrow. Oh, man. So we've got another Hanged Man in the reverse. Someone who refuses to give in. I often see the Hanged Man in the reverse as negative, and I think a lot of people do. Because if the Hanged Man is in the upright, yes, it can mean indecision, but it can also mean that you have a different perspective. So you see things in a new way. But this is in the reverse because, again, it's that stubbornness that is really defining their character in this situation. Their willingness to do whatever it takes to keep what they have, right? Hello, Francisco. How are you doing? Hey, Matt. So we've got the Ten of Cups. I'm going to make it so that you like your place less. I'm going to cause chaos in your marriage so that you have to sell the business for the alimony. Like there's a pretty vengeful plan or unreasonable, unjustifiable plan. But the goal is I've got to get you to make the decision to walk away. Because without you walking away, I can't get what I want, and it's really important that I get what I want. So again, King of Pentacles doesn't really know how to deal with not getting what they want. King of Wands. Yeah. I mean, the King of Pentacles was eventually going to run into someone like this. Maybe they just like bull in a china shop through their life, not really worried about who they displace or what negative economic things happen as a result. This is very much so me, and greedy. I can't get enough kind of thing. So the King of Wands is finding out that they are not it's like they get rejected at every turn, or they get disappointed at every turn. Maybe it's a little bit of karma for this person who's used to getting their way, right? Actually, this morning is a little unusual for me, but it is one of my favorites. I have the V8. I will just tell you though, like almost all my life, I've been obnoxiously upbeat early in the morning, like right when I wake up. I've never been a coffee drinker. I think I've tried it like 2 or 3 times. Obviously, there's caffeine in that, so that's probably part of it. But I think a big part of it is I love what I do on this channel. I'm excited to see it growing. I'm excited to, if I can, offer some help to people. So that helps, right? Emotions, I don't know if that question is for me or for others, but I will just caution you that if you're going to be like disrespectful towards people's beliefs, that will get you in a timeout. So just a little heads up. I did say hello to one who possessed, right? Hello, Shane. How are you doing? Hello, Naya. I hope you get some sleep soon. What else? King of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, this is someone who prizes their assets too much. Like, they're all about the money. 5 of Wands in the reverse, Page of Swords in the reverse. They don't care if they leave this person penniless. They don't care if they take everything that is beautiful in their life. They don't care if they ruin a long-term relationship over a lie. They just want to get what they want to get. Well, that's going to be some bad karma for you there, guy. I shouldn't say guy. The King of Pentacles can be a woman just as easily as they could be a man. This is just saying that there is someone who's very selfish and they won't give up. They're determined to get the outcome that they want, no matter the cost. But the problem is that the universe isn't really on their side. The universe is like, oh, you think you're in control, do you? That's cute. I'm going to show you who's really in control. And it's not you, King of Pentacles. So this is going to be interesting. This is the Fairy Lenormand. By the way, hello, Bumface. Hello, Draco. How are you? I don't know. I feel like you're funny without even trying, though. So you got that going for you. It's like very effortless. Like, have you tried ice skating? Maybe you're good at that too. Hello, Steven. How are you? Okay, that's totally cool emotions. Forgive me, we do get a decent amount of that. Oh, speak of the devil. You're welcome to come back if you'd like to be a little bit more understanding. Hello, Renee. How we doing? Thank you, Francisco. I'm glad to hear that, Stephen. You guys, look, we've got the lily. I love this. This could be a reference, by the way, to it being land related, but this could also be a reference to this is like my peace, P-E-A-C-E. Like, this is how I get through the difficult times. If you've ever lived somewhere that just always helps you to detox after a difficult day, maybe you have a nice view, maybe you live among people that you really care about. This is like, no, I'm not going to give up what I love about my life just so that you can make $1 or 12, you know? Thank you, Stephen. Hey, everybody needs love, right, Astro? What's up, Hermit McHerberton? The other day I told my mom about Bodie McBoatface. She didn't know that that was a thing. It's kind of awesome. She's like, what? Why would they say? And I was like, Mom, because it's funny. Well, it is funny, but yeah, no, it's funny, Mom. Okay. Hello, Illuminati. How are you doing? Hello, Lisa. All right, so alongside that lily, which talks about peace and harmony, we have the rider and the home. Rider, R-I-D-E-R, by the way. Yeah, this is someone who thinks that they can stroll up, offer something for, this could be a business, this could be a home. In fact, the fourth card, the house card, can even refer to like an online website. But this is somebody who's saying, that thing that you have, that thing that you really like, that thing that you've been working on for a long time, I want it. Give it to me. Give it to me. I don't think it's going to be that easy. So the question is, do we have some protection here? Because I feel like there could be some universe interjecting on their behalf kind of thing. Hello, Daisy. I do personal questions at the end of the general reading with priority to those who donate or tip. But I do occasionally do the freebies as well. It does kind of, I will say this, when I do the freebie questions, it kind of depends on what you're asking. If you ask, when will I get rich? I will straight up ignore that question because it does not show that you are interested in spiritual work, right? If you're talking about like what's blocking me in terms of the success I need to find at work, those are more like constructive, right? Love those questions. Yeah, I agree. Hello, LOL, Erwick. I don't know who you're talking to. So we've got strategy. Clearly, this King of Pentacles / Emperor in the reverse wants to be able to get what they want. They're using whatever strategy they feel will get them the outcome that they're looking for, and they don't seem to really care if anybody gets hurt in the process. But I feel like they're up against a healer. This is a pretty important card in the Energy Oracle. When we're talking about a healer, I will tell you right now, this person is definitely protected. If they're doing what they are meant to do, if this is their purpose in life and it has to do with this business or property, like, good luck to that Emperor in the reverse. That's not gonna be fun for them. Hello, Live Song, how are you doing? So we have a journey. And I'm kind of wondering, why do I feel like it's the Seven of Wands person, the Queen of Cups in the reverse? Okay, yep, that's why. So this is like a very important journey. Maybe you have to get some documents. Maybe you have to speak with a lawyer. Maybe you have to confirm what else is going on or what the law is, right? But whoever is this healer, the Queen of Cups in the reverse, I really don't like calling you that, but that's how the King of Pentacles views them. They have like an ace up their sleeve. They have some sort of, like, there's a law that protects them, or, you know, all those like Revenge of the Nerd type movies where they're up against like the administration or like the leadership, and it looks like all the rules are against them and they're gonna have to get kicked out, and then at the last minute they find some like loophole. I think this person, who is, by the way, on their correct path and living life the way they're supposed to, they have an ace up their sleeve that's gonna make this Emperor in the reverse cry like a little baby. They're gonna need a stuffed animal, you know, little cuddles. Hey BMF, I do actually have runes, and I'm like mostly Norwegian, so that's part of the reason I wanted to do that. I haven't felt as strong a connection to them, but I think it's worth trying again. Whatever reason, tarot cards seem to be the preference. Granted, it's cards plus channeling, but yeah, I have them in the closet, sadly. I should probably bring them out. Not booger. Ooh, I like this for you. So whoever is this Seven of Wands individual who's going up against somebody unreasonable, a bit of a tyrant if you ask me, You're going to be the unpredictable winner here. Everyone's going to be like, ugh, not the Emperor in the reverse. They're awful. Good luck with that. And then after you all have your little face-to-face, it'll be the King of Pentacles walking away, and people will be like, ugh, they look bad. They've got a rough day. It looks like they need a pop cap. All right. This is the Gilded Reverie. We have the Anchor, number 35. This talks about stability. This makes me feel like this is land and bridge. Okay. So this is important land to probably a like development project, and it is like critical. So maybe there is only one place they can build an actual bridge. Maybe there is only one place where you have access to like a main road. But it doesn't matter how prized this land is or this business. This King of Pentacles is not going to get what they want. Hello, Margaret. Please don't call me Mama. My name's Carmen. Nice to meet you. We've got Owl, number 12. And number 6, the Clouds. So there's a false report filed. There's an accusation made. There may even be some tomfoolery in terms of making something look like it is illegal when it isn't. But this is underhanded and possibly downright illegal, whatever this person is doing to try to get this land. But they've underestimated this individual who owns the land. So when I looked at this card, what I saw was Sound of Music, Liesel, like dancing around in that garden rather joyously. So I feel like this is about the victory. Like, you think you have me trapped. You think you have, you know, some strange legal way to get what you want, but I've outsmarted you. So I think they're about to get some not so great news, this Emperor and the reverse. They don't look like the type to me that would take that news particularly well. It's true, Laura. I agree. Yes, exactly, Stephen. I love that scene so much. I hadn't thought about it for a long time, actually. Which one was it? I think it was this one. So basically, we've got someone who doesn't want to think about being told no, doesn't think that they would potentially lose against this individual who has what they want. So they try to bring someone else into the equation, either turning their spouse or turning a close friend against them, making them feel like this isn't a place where they want to stay or that this industry isn't good for their health. But the Emperor in the reverse, by virtue of trying to be over controlling with this or by trying to manipulate things, maybe even going as far as trying to make somebody look like they broke the law, they're actually making it that much less likely that they get what they want because they are going against someone who's not doing anything wrong and who is actually like in their purpose, doing what they are meant to be doing here. If they're a healer, there's definitely going to be some consequences here for messing with this person. So we have the King of Rods or King of Wands in the reverse. This is their anger. The Emperor in the reverse is not used to not getting what they want. They're quite used to tossing some money at the problem and getting the yes or no that they need. So now they're stuck. Now they feel like there's nothing that they can do, and their little project or their goal is dependent upon this purchase going through or getting this portion, right? Hey, Capo, how you doing? So the question becomes, who else can I connect to? Who else can I bring into this? Can I get like a judge to, you know, agree with me? Can I get a lawyer to look the other way on a particular like statute? There's some inability to follow rules because this King of Pentacles is so bent, like very focused on, this is what I'm going to do, this is where I need to be, this is what I need to be successful. I don't care if I have to kick you out of your childhood home. I need to get that piece of land. I need to get that business. So they're making some enemies along the way as well. Hello, Jenny. How are you doing? Hello, Aegis. How are you doing? Hello, Shahir. Hello, Susan. So we've got the Knight of Swords, the Devil in the reverse. So I like this courageous individual, this Queen of Cups in the reverse, who may be a little bit overly sentimental about a piece of land, or maybe is really attached to a business that they started, because they realize that the Emperor in the reverse is not messing around, and they decide to throw the gauntlet down. They're like, okay. Now, I'm not saying that I'm going to toss my integrity out the window like you have, but I am going to match you on this. I'm not going to just like go quietly into that good night. I'm going to defend what I got to defend. And maybe you think that I am like some little sweetheart who can't do anything, but maybe I used to kickbox. Maybe I could, like, you know, cause some damage. Hey Lee, how you doing? I hope you're having a good day. I sure can. Thank you for the tip. That's sweet. All right. What else do we have? Three of Wands in the reverse. Five of Swords in the reverse. And the King of Cups with the Sun in the reverse. Yeah. Sometimes all you see of a person is the part of their personality or character that they want you to see. And it's interesting because normally I would say this is like someone who's secretive, or, you know, they don't like to be authentic. So that's kind of concerning. But really what it is I am a very kind person. I do nice things for my neighbors. I look after my family. Whatever it is, this King of Cups is our Queen of Cups in the reverse. This is why we can't pay too close attention to the gender in the tarot, because this is the same person. They are seen as so kind or so considerate of others that they were not taken seriously as an opponent. But sometimes people find out that you might think someone's just a cute little innocent ball of fluff, but really they're not. When you threaten something that's important to them, they might have some claws, right? You might see what they're really capable of. So they may have been looked at as someone who would be easy to manipulate, but they aren't. With the Sun in the reverse, there's information that the Emperor in the reverse did not know about this person, and makes them a more formidable opponent than anticipated. All right, let's get a few from the Zodiac fortune telling cards, and then I'm going to move to the personal questions. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Francisco. Thank you, Illuminati. That's kind of you. Hey, Jenny. I'm a little uncomfortable doing health questions, to be honest. What else do we have? That being said, I do obviously hope that you hear good news. You worry over small matters and you are missing many opportunities. Take advantage. Yeah, I think this whole ordeal helps the healer or the King of Cups, Queen of Cups person understand that time is of the essence, and when they win this, they need to make sure that they're taking full advantage of the situation that they have, because they've had to work so hard to avoid a loss. All right, so let's see what we've got for you, Lee. Good luck in court today. What do we have for Lee about the court appointment today? Oh, I'm sorry you're going through that. All right, so we've got the Three of Swords in the reverse, Death, Tower in the reverse, Nine of Wands. Someone has a very defensive energy, feeling like they have to change someone's perspective because a story is no longer like believable. So this is like damage control. I do feel like this is probably from the other side, right? As far as like the ex. I don't think he's going to be able to defend his position. There's a lot of strategy here, but I feel like there's a detail that's missing. So listen carefully. They may be dressing something up, or he may be trying to make it seem like something was different. High Priestess and the Moon. Yeah, he's holding some information back because he's trying to defend his position. So it could be about asking the right questions, really. Because I think you can get to that. No, I'm a Pisces. All right. This is the Santa Muerte. So for Jenny, I'm going to pull a few cards. Let's see what comes out for you. What do we have for Jenny, please? Temperance in the reverse. Six of Swords. Two of Wands. So this feels to me like there's instability or chaos, either in a connection of yours or around you, like with multiple situations. So I don't know if you're planning on getting out of town or if you're even looking to move, but this is saying it's time to make some plans. So whatever has been out of sorts or has not been like supportive of you and your happiness, if it's not going to change, then you have the power to change something, right? It could be as easy as I just need a little bit of a break from all of this. And so I'm going to take, you know, a couple days off. But it could be more so like, I think I just need to be in a different place altogether and it's time to make plans. So whatever that looks like for you, you need to get away, at least for a day. Are there any cards in Spanish? I don't think I do. That would be pretty cool, actually. No, I don't think I've found any. I've found like the Italian tarot, and I think there was a French one. I don't know if I've seen a Spanish one. I probably would have bought it, actually. But I hope you're having a good day, hon. You know I'm Pisces, third eye. How's your day going? All right. I'm going to put that card back because I wasn't being intentional about it. Sorry, I'm trying to find a question. I think Idris had asked, maybe? You're welcome, Jenny. Oh, that's so sweet of you. Thank you. That's awesome. Appreciate you, Hermit McHermiton. Wait, I can't do that. I think I actually called Tiana that. Am I recycling nicknames now? That's awful. Let's see, Stephen. I'm going to pull a few cards for you. We'll see what it says about dreams for you. What does Stephen need to know about dreams? Oh, that's a pretty cool card. That is like... Do you feel like you're in the movie Inception or what's up? Look at this. When I ask about your dreams, that's what it says. That's the Tower and the Five of Cups. This feels to me like there is something that you are frustrated with that happened in your past, and you keep working through what you could have done differently. It's like choose your own adventure with something that happened that you regret or wish you could change. Or the butterfly effect. Does it have anything to do with someone passing away? This is, for me, it feels like you need to like let go of some sense of guilt. Yeah. Okay. This feels to me like there is emotional loss that is lasting too long. So there could be some unhealed trauma that is expressing itself through dreams. But I would say if there's something that you can forgive yourself for, do it today. It's a good idea. Does it look like that? Was there a lot of stairs? Prison would align with the idea that you are blaming yourself with something, in my opinion, right? Ixie would like to know, am I going to get justice soon? Not soon. There's something that still needs to be done. There's a decision to remove something, delete something, retract something, or even cut a person off. But that decision is blocking the justice because presumably you haven't made it yet. Hermit in the reverse. So I feel like there's someone or something that is still in your life that probably should not be, whether it's a behavior or a person. That's wild. Do you ever watch Star Trek? Because that's why that kind of thing happens in my dreams. I get that. Well, good luck to you, Ixie. I believe in you. All right, you guys, I'm hungry. I gotta eat some breakfast, but I will be back later, and I'm gonna try to do like a later in the day reading, like at least in the afternoon, but we'll see. We'll see you guys. All right. I love you guys.